Hello, welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is KreePeetZ, but you guys can call me Peetz. I'm not gonna start this video saying it's been a while, okay? We've been having a very sporadic release of videos here, but this video here I'm very happy to bring to you guys. Because you guys know how we goth or alternative content creators, we always react to like goths or punks or any kind of like other alternative subculture that had like a spotlight on the TV back in the 80s or like back in the 2000s, back in the 90s, you know, and they were like on TV shows and whatnot. We always react to that, and we always like to put out like stuff. You guys can check some of those videos I have here as well. So yeah, we like to react to that kind of stuff because it's always nice to see the shock of like people in the 80s with the alternative subculture people. They were always like having that one thought. It was like, oh yeah, you're jobless and you're not. You're like you're just like a bum. You're just like don't do anything. It's been a while that I don't react to one of those. So this year we have the opportunity to react to like a brand new GOTHS in a TV show. It's a 2024 thing. It's like GOTHS on the TV in 2024. And yes, this is so cool, but it's even cooler because I'm gonna actually react to my friends on TV. So yeah, if you guys are not aware, in my opinion, Random Goth Couple is one of the main goth/gothic subculture channels on YouTube. They're lovely people, and you guys should totally subscribe to them. I think they're gonna be here, or are they gonna be here? It's all with the Peetz editor that's gonna put that there somewhere here on the screen. They are always bringing the vlogs about like Metaluna, Wave, any kind of like goth festival that like you can find like mostly in Europe. Concerts as well. They were able to interview like some bands like Clan of Zymox, Vivalo, stuff like that, and more things like fashion videos, like trying gothic fashion. You know, like you guys should just go there, hit the subscribe button on their channel, all right? And let's see what is holding for us, all right? Without any further ado, let's jump into GOTHS in the Irish television 2024. Let's go.
You're going to meet the goth couple who have amassed a huge following on TikTok. We've got the candles lit, and they have, I believe it's pretty
on TikTok, on YouTube, everywhere. Come on, like gotta be fair. They're already on the table there.
impressive. Transformed Alan Hughes into a goth. You don't want to miss it. That's coming up.
Oh Lord, this is gonna be great. So imagine that Alan is someone of the show. Oh my God, Connor Lynn, what did you guys do?
You're very welcome back. Now, our next guests have made a name for themselves online, quite the name for themselves online with their content online as members of the goth community. Please welcome goths and content creators, Connor and Lynn. Good morning to you both. Great to have you.
Look at them. Oh, they're so you there. Look at that.
You're looking fantastic this morning. Now, I am missing a co-presenter. I know he's been in your hands for the last little while. Any sign of...
It is like, yes, no, yeah. We transformed him. He's not the same anymore. And apparently the guy enjoyed it because Connor's like, he was in our hands. We did some witchcraft. I'm kidding. This is just stereotype.
Any sign of Alan Hughes?
Oh my God, that's great.
What thing? Love the hand gesture, Alan.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah. Well, what is up with this hand gesture, dude? That is good. Yeah, we're so goth, bro. This is like goths go surfing, you know? Go into the ocean. I'm gonna get some waves or listening to Sisters of Mercy, you know? I feel like actually Temple of Love would be a very surfing song.
Hey, Connor, Lynn, what do you reckon? We make a good...
100%.
Looks incredible, honestly.
There we go. Right, Alan, get over here.
I love how he's wearing like white pants, which is not a rule, of course, we all know that, like it's not a rule to dress all black, but like the white pants are like highlighting so much, dude.
You go take your seat.
No, the shoes, that's so great, it's so great.
Let's take a look at some of their most popular videos online.
We decided that the first video we're going to do is going to be a makeup video.
So we're going to get started right now.
That was a classic video from
makeup
them.
tutorial.
They actually trolled everyone. They said like tired of being goth and they were like gonna be normal, and they appear like that, and like a lot of people lost their shit.
There you have.
Oh Lord,
he looks like one of the dolls. Don't you?
Oh yeah.
Hey, good morning, Con.
I gotta say, if he had shaved the beard, it would be better. Trust me, that's my own experience. I used to have a beard as well. And like the white foundation with the beard, they just become a huge mess.
Connor and Lynn are also known as the random goth couple on social media and YouTube as well. I mean, Lynn, you have got over like 1.7 million views, I think, on your TikTok account. When did you start getting into gothic culture?
I think from the age
That is actually interesting. I actually don't know.
of 9 or 10 years old, I started to get into, well, I really loved Halloween, but then that turned into me liking metal music and stuff like that. But then I found
I love that your profession down there is goth content creator. What do you do for a living? I'm a goth.
age of 9 or 10 years old, I started to get into, well, I really loved Halloween, but then that turned into me liking metal music and stuff like that. But then I found Evanescence, and she inspired me to dress gothic. So I started really early. My parents thought it was a phase that I just never got over. So at first they didn't really like me to do it, but now they're very accepting.
Because you went to a Catholic school and everything like that.
I did,
So I
I
could
went to a
imagine
Catholic
you
school.
arriving in and the nuns going, what's going on here?
There was like 4 or 5 gothic people maybe in my year, and
That's the thing that I don't understand about like Catholic schools. Because like if you start to think about it, if you stop to think about it actually, they have crucifix, they have like the Gothic architecture, like every single place, like all the paintings and everything is like so lamenting and is like, and then they turn out like surprised when people there, they just like, yeah, no, we want to go towards that, but in a dark way. This is not dark. I say dark just because it's like we mostly use dark colors, right? It's not dark as like evil and stuff like that. Being completely honest, if they embraced that, it didn't have like any kind of like, oh no, you're wearing sigils of the devil, and you know, it would be kind of quite like better. I don't know actually, because I had never been to one. Like there's one here in my town. And a lot of people studied there, you know, like a lot of goth people here as well. Like for you guys that don't know where I live in Brazil. But I remember that like all the alternative people in that specific school, they were getting a lot of like hate from the priests, you know, because they were like, and there was even like a case of like, they had like a black version of the uniform for the school. So it was like uniform would be like white with like the blue logo here. And they had like this one black with the white logo. And they removed that. Because they were thinking that it was like feeding the alternative people, like the metalheads, the goths, the punks, and everything like that. They removed that and got like, you know, to not like support dressing black at school, which is kind of weird.
Are there a lot of misconceptions around goths
That's
and
a
the
good
goth
question.
culture?
Definitely, I think so. It is getting better, I think, in recent years because with TikTok and just online, you can absorb so much more information about things that maybe wouldn't have been as easily accessible before. But I think there are still a few sort of stereotypes that persevere regardless, which is kind of like, oh, all goths are depressed or they all worship the devil and things like that. But I think society
And it's the type
as a
of
whole,
music.
This is something that is like super wild, and like we often talk about that. Like here in Brazil, it is still a little bit hard. Like say where I live in the countryside here, like 2 hours from São Paulo, so from the capital, which for Brazilian standards, that's like kind of like close. It's not like super far, but like here it's wild because like we have like a lot of young generation that is getting into alternative styles as well and alternative subcultures, and they are like expressing themselves, and they are like going out goth. It's like full goth. They are going to the shopping mall, full goth. Going to the pubs and bars, full goth as well. We have like a huge rock and roll and subgenres scene here. So we have like places that they are like the same places they're gonna like bring like from grindcore to rock and roll and indie bands and metal and thrash metal and that core and metalcore and post punk and punk, and I proceed to name all like the subgenres that come within the rock and roll umbrella. In these places is getting like very cool. It's kind of like I had like some people compare this to the 80s where like all of the goths would go to this place, and that's when they started like being called goths as well. So like here is like it's happening like that, like all of those people, they're like converging into this one place, whilst we still have like a lot of like weird looks. We still receive a lot of weird looks. I feel that like every day or every like month, the people that are not within the subcultures, they get in touch with like someone that is from the subculture. That breaks a little. Like I see that a lot in my gym, because people there, they at first they look at me weird, and I don't go gothic. I don't put makeup to go to the gym. I just go like dressed in black every day. Like that's my gym look is like literally like, I think we can get a picture like a video or something like here. That's my gym look. Because of the tattoos and like piercing the hair, and people look weird. And like a lot of them, they told me that. They said like, dude, when I first saw you at the gym, I thought you were so aggressive and so like, I don't know, worshiping the devil, and that you had like a very, very odd vibe. And like, as soon as you open your mouth, we see that you're silly and you're like super easy to hang around, you know? So that's something that is changing. The preconception against like style, it's slowly breaking. And like, again, I live in the countryside, and in the countryside we still have like a lot of old-fashioned minded people. I go on that like more and more it's getting like it's more acceptable and like with less misconceptions.
It's the type of music and stuff that you like, and it's just perceived that you are all these like, oh, you know?
I love see this guy has a goth vibe already because he's all like all silly with the outfit. I mean, we don't support gatekeeping here, but we approve him.
It isn't about worshipping Satan, but because like you, I think you mentioned like you're Christian or whatever else.
Raised Christian, yeah, love Jesus.
So
Big
is it
fan.
a musical thing then, or what is it?
Yeah, so goth is a music-based subculture that was kind of born in the early 80s. It spread off from like the post-punk music genre, and bands like The Cure, Susie and the Banshees, Bauhaus.
Yeah.
They kind of went a more melancholic gothic rock route, and then fans of the subculture, of the music, kind of formed the subculture, and over the years it's become like music and fashion and...
Look at that. We need Connor with a goth workshop. Come on. Where is that? I need that.
Now there's probably millions of people around the world.
And Connor, was it you then? Was it that kind of music that got you into goth?
Yeah, well, I think goth was something I was always like interested in, even from when I was younger, and I matured more into the style and stuff as I got older. When I was growing up, like I had siblings who were teenagers in the 80s, and then a sibling who was a teenager in the 90s, and all of them were very kind of interested in alternative culture of the time. So growing up, I had already got like CDs with The Cure, and then from my other sibling, I had stuff like 9 Inch Nails and like 90s gothic industrial stuff. So it always kind of appealed to me even from a young age.
One thing that is like so cool to see with this interview, it's how the interviewers approach them. Like if we compare it to the videos that I mentioned at the start of the video, it's like people's punks and goths in the TV shows back in the 90s and 80s and stuff like that. They were always trying to attack. This already shows a change, you know, because like they are super friendly with them. They are like interested. This is like an Iron AM goes on air in the morning. Like the target audience there, it's not goth. The fact that like the interviewers are also, let's say, cosplaying. It is also cool because they are not mocking. You know, I don't see that as mocking, at least. I see that as like at least trying, at least like putting their toes in it. It reminds me of the one being goth for a week. There is a video, I reacted to that as well. You guys can check it. Where people were like trying and they were like, oh, maybe I like this, or like I like traces of it, you know?
You are the random goth couple online. You've been going out with each other. Is it 12 years? How did you meet?
12 years,
We just celebrated. We just celebrated our 12-year anniversary.
How did you meet?
We actually met at a petrol station.
Oh, I know that story. I heard that story many times.
Hanging out with another bunch of goths, and we all kind of
It's just somewhere that they hung out. Could have been anywhere.
At a petrol station. I don't know why. It's just, you know, you could go into the shop and buy what you wanted, and there was a shed back there. And,
What's the gothic scene like in Ireland then? Are there clubs? Like, do you just meet up? Are there nights out, cafes you go to?
So walking around, you might not think there's actually that many goths, but once there's a night on, they all come out and you say, where have you been hiding?
Yeah.
So there's a couple of goth nights at the moment.
It's because we are all vampires. We do not go out during the day. We just go out during the night with the sunset. The sunlight is gonna burn us. That's why you don't see us. Yes, that is one true thing about goths. We're all vampires.
It'd be an online thing where you can keep in touch. Not really.
Well, just Facebook, Instagram,
WhatsApp,
everything.
the usual,
Not really WhatsApp.
I don't think there's a goth WhatsApp group. No.
Can you guys imagine if we had like a goth WhatsApp group? It could be the start of us founding our country, you know, and finally getting our castles. World domination. Sorry. got carried.
If there is
their
a
friends.
Goth WhatsApp group, please, someone add it.
Hello.
I'm sure they'll find you.
I believe, and we were, as you were doing me up, we were talking about that, the way people perceive you, but also that it's a very open community, and like with the queer community as well, like embracing that, and like people may not be coming out or feeling like they were different. They sort of, you all nearly come together like that.
Definitely. There's a huge correlation between goth culture and queer culture. I think there's a very strong mutual understanding between us what it's like to be judged by society or seen as different or unusual. So it's great to have that kind of bond between us.
This is something that is like super, super, super important. Unfortunately, we do see some people sometimes not going that way, and it's like super odd when you see alternative people like gatekeeping or hate speeching. It's all about that. Like, we know how it is to be judged. We know how it is to people look at us weird on the street. It's human nature. Like every kind of community is gonna have like a bad apple. You can't prevent that. One of my favorite things about like all the gothic subculture and the gothic subculture is a celebration of the variety and the weird and like being open to everyone. I feel that like it's one of the communities that like nowadays have like a super evolved mindset.
Because we have to say, this is not you every day.
No, well, not really. We would wear black, but we wouldn't do a full face of makeup because we'd run out of makeup. So we do just black clothes, a bit of eyeliner sometimes. The hair would be proper.
I even have a proof of that.
Oh, here.
Hi. I don't know why I'm awkward on camera when it's other people's camera.
Okay, you can hold.
Hello.
Don't worry, you can hold.
This is very mad. Sorry, guys.
When would you dress up then? When are the events that
Well,
you kind of...
going to goth clubs and gigs. There's actually a lot of goth gigs at the moment, which is new for us because in the past there wasn't. Meet up with friends, like if we go to see a horror movie or if we go for a picnic or a walk in the graveyard or stuff like that. We do stuff
walk
like that.
in the
Glasnevin graveyard, we love it. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Wow. So if people are wanting to get involved in it, is a graveyard or a petrol station?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh Lord! Oh my God! Imagine some people take that seriously. Yeah, no. If you want to be goth, you just find a graveyard next to you or a petrol station, or maybe both.
We're trying to organise a meet up for Glasnevin graveyard for a walk.
Okay.
So stuff like that. Yeah. You'll find that information. Like
Listen, thank you so.
Like here in Brazil, there's a town close to me. They are like making like a gathering every single month. I feel that like around the world we have like plenty of ways to find the communities, the goth communities. This is one thing, guys. I assure you guys watching this, you are not alone. All right, there's at least one more goth there.
So much for the makeover.
No
I think
it looks great. Yeah, fair play to you. Connor and Lynn, and of course, if you want to find them online, it's at Random Goth Couple. And thanks for bringing in all the and the jacket.
And thank
is
you
really
for this.
cool.
I'm loving this. You might get this back.
No shit. How did you guys like that? It was pretty cool, right? It's very wild to see the difference and how well they were treated there. Because you can really see that they are not trying to hit the audience points, you know, like because back in the day I think that like the TV shows were trying to do that. They were like mocking alternative people, they were like ridicularizing, they were like making fun or putting stereotypes over it, and like it's so cool to see that like this was completely the opposite of that. It was like casting a light and showing like, hey, alternative people, goth people in this case, they are people as well. They laugh, they go to petrol stations. We may have different tastes. Yes, we may have different tastes, but it doesn't make us evil or bad or drug addicts or like whatever, you know. Connor and Lynn, thank you so much again for allowing me to react to this video. That was really nice. Guys, go check their video as well because they have a video with them explaining everything that happened there. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys clicked with my vibe, don't forget to check on twitch.tv/KreePeetZ from Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. GMT. Also the music reaction channel if you guys want to see me making like EU faces to songs and just going like, oh my God, this heavy. And that's it. Also, if you can, hit the subscribe button because it really helps the channel. And last but not least, don't forget to drink your coffee and cast your eye very good. Bye!